Welcome, everyone, to the February 24th meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'm Barb Lewis, President. To my left is fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill. With us remotely is Commissioner Jeff Benton and our Administrator Tracy Davies and Deputy Administrator Don Houston and our clerks, Sarah Walraven. We'll try Jennifer Walraven and Sarah DeNovo. We can begin. I did that once before.
Yes, you did. Wow.
Okay. Thank you.
Resolution number 22-106, and the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held February 17th, 2022.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-106. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We have no public comment this morning. Resolution number 22-107, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants and batch numbers CMA PR 0223 and memo transfers and batch numbers MTA 0223.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-107. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-108. In the matter of the Board of the County Commissioners recognizing the month of February 2022 as Black History Month.
So moved.
Second, discussion. And I believe we have some guests. Tamika, if you'd like to step forward, please.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Yes, so I wanted to say thank you so much to you all, the commissioners, for acknowledging Black History Month. And Black history is American history. Black stories are integral to the American story. And I believe, 96 years ago when Dr. Carter G. Woodson established Negro History Week, it was really to preserve the African American experience, to understand the unique contributions, to understand the struggle for freedom and equal opportunity. And that struggle still continues today, right? A lot of times we find that in the African American experience, there is, a notion of marginalization, underserved populations, underrepresented and are undervalued, obviously, in the American context. And so we're here, again, to acknowledge that struggle, again, towards equity and social justice. So again, we just thank you for taking the time to acknowledge this month. It's extremely important to our community, and we're here as a resource. We want to help in any way we can as a council to inform, to just be, again, a partner in the community, because I think when we are inclusive of all, we are only that much stronger. So again, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Could you give your full name, Tamika? I know you through your
Absolutely.
wonderful work with Helpline.
Absolutely. Yes, Tamika Vincent Reed. I'm the chair of the Delaware African American Heritage Council.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And we do have Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Would you also like to speak? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yes, thank you.
Tamika.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Mark Butler, and I am glad to be here. I understand this is Black History Month. I've been trying to understand Black History Month ever since I heard about Black History Month. And I'll say this, I'm going to preface my comments, then I'm going to conclude. The 19th President of the United States, Rutherford B. Hayes, said this: "General education is the preventive of the evils now most dreaded. In the civilized countries of the world, the question is how to distribute most generally and equally the property of the world. As a rule, where education most general, the distribution of property is most general. As knowledge spreads, wealth spreads. To diffuse knowledge is to diffuse wealth. To give all an equal chance to acquire knowledge is the best and surest way to give all an equal chance to acquire property. Now, commissioners and general public, citizens of Delaware, citizens of Delaware County, as we all know, those who don't know, that people like myself, about 400 years ago, were enslaved to come to this country, not knowing where they were going, but having endured the most awful conditions of humankind. I know that the slavery did exist in other parts of the country, but I didn't live in other parts of the country, nor did my ancestors who came to this country lived in it. They lived in America. So I want to point out with great emphasis that I am a descendant of slaves, and also I am still living as a black or African American or whatever designation the public want to call me. I've been called the N-word too, but also the word colored. But I'm here to take a few minutes to say that we have not arrived yet in America. We have not arrived yet in Ohio. We have not arrived yet in Delaware County. We have not arrived yet in the city of Delaware. Now, I just want some people, whether they black, brown, or whatever color you may be, to continue to fight for justice in Delaware County. All the things that's going on in the world, I understand that people are trying to invade other countries, but I'm not there. I'm conscious of it, but I'm more conscious of where I'm at right now. From the school systems, the use of the N-word is still prevalent. From the workplace in this county, the use of the N-word is still prevalent. On the police department, sheriff department, city of police department, the N-word is still used. Now, as I conclude, Black author James Baldwin said this: "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." Now, again, my name is Mark Butler. I live at 407 Western Dreamer Drive in the city of Delaware. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. I would like to read the resolution now. Whereas Delaware County has the responsibility to recognize and honor events of significance in our community, and whereas Black History Month affords us the opportunity to become more aware of and knowledgeable about Black heritage and culture, and to honor the many Black leaders, educators, inventors, humanitarians, and citizens who have contributed to our nation. And whereas in 1926, African-American history scholar Dr. Carter G. Woodson initiated a celebration during the second week in February to coincide with the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln, two individuals whose life so greatly impacted the lives of Black Americans. And whereas this celebration was expanded into Black History Month in 1976, serving as a powerful reminder that Black history is American history, and that we should take time to honor the legacies and achievements of generations past. And whereas the Black History theme for 2022 is Black Health and Wellness, and recognizes the contributions of Black scholars, midwives, nurses, doctors, and health practitioners throughout the world who have taught us that all individuals have the right to good health and wellness. And whereas the County of Delaware is proud to honor the history of Black Americans in our community throughout the state of Ohio and this nation. Therefore, be it resolved that the Delaware County Board of Commissioners recognizes the month of February 2022 as Black History Month. And any comments before we vote?
Yeah, I'll make a couple of comments. Obviously, I'm not Black, and I can't appreciate some of the challenges, but I think February to me is to celebrate the progress that's been made in this country. And this country, unlike many, many countries around this world, have a lot of work to do, and I'm not suggesting we do not, but we've come a long ways down that road. So to me, February is celebrating the progress. It happens to be my birthday, but separate from that, celebrating the progress is what this month means to me. I remember as I was putting myself through school, and I was working one day at the grocery store where I worked, and the announcement of Martin Luther King's assassination. And I remember the impact it had on me at that point in my life. I was heartbroken. And what he represented is something that we all should take a lot of strength in and remind ourselves where we are today is largely because of what he was willing to put on the line back at those days. So those are my comments. This is a special month. We should all appreciate and respect that. But we're all American citizens, and I hope we're all traveling in the same direction. So,
And Commissioner Benton, any comments?
I guess not really, not a whole lot to add to that. The resolution really emphasizes the key points, so I'd like to just endorse the resolution and Commissioner Merrill's remarks in terms of progress that we're making in this world, in this country, in this community. So that's all I got. Thanks, Commissioner Lewis.
Okay, thank you. We can have a vote and then a picture.
Vote on motion 22-108. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
aye.
Mr. Benton?
Great.
Aye.
Everybody over here in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, we can proceed. Thank you.
Resolution number 22-109, in the matter of approving travel expense requests.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-109. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-110, in the matter of canceling the Commissioner session scheduled for Monday, March 7th, Thursday, March 24th, and Thursday, April 28th, 2022.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-110. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-111, in the matter of extending the filing dates for the filing of plans, reports, and schedules for the Franklin Watershed Drainage Improvement Petition Project, the Orange Village Center Drainage Improvement Petition Project, and the Hidden Springs Condominium Drainage Improvement Petition Project.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-111. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-112, in the matter, resolution of necessity for the purchase or lease of motor vehicles for the use of the county sheriff or his employees.
So moved.
Second, discussion. Welcome, Captain Dan.
Good morning, Commissioner. Scott Vance, Captain Sheriff's Office. As typical, I come to you at this time of year looking to maintain the serviceability and safety of the fleet by replacing vehicles. As indicated in the resolution, I'd be glad to answer any questions that you had. I know over the years given you several pieces of that, so I don't want to belabor
Okay.
the same thing over and over again if you understand.
And we do take the old ones out of operation when we replace them.
That's correct. We will be returning, the same number that's coming out this year. That's correct.
Okay, any other questions? Vote.
Vote on motion 22-112. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 22-113, in the matter of authorizing the use of a procurement card for Delaware County Soil and Water Conservation District.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brett Bacon, Delaware Soil and Water Conservation District. As you are aware, our Deputy Administrator Bonnie Daly began her much deserved retirement at the beginning of this month. We have canceled the procurement card that was in her name, and we're requesting this card to be established in my name to replace that one. We'd ask for your approval.
All right, vote.
Vote on motion 22-113. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
And I can never miss an opportunity to say what a great job Soil and Water does for the benefit of this county. You guys do an exceptional job.
And every time you say that, I can't tell you how much that is appreciated. We're happy to serve and continue to do the work, especially with the cooperation between your board and the county engineer's office, and I think we do really good work for the citizens of the county. So
Well, you may
thank
think
you.
it, but we know it. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
you make it easy on all of us. We
Well,
appreciate
that's our goal.
Thank you.
Right.
Resolution number 22-114, in the matter of approving the first renewal of the contract with Trident Security LLC for security services for Delaware County.
it. So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, John Melvin, Director of Facilities. This is the first renewal for the contract with Trident Security for the officers there at the Hayes Building, Courthouse, Willis Building. Recommend approving. Sheriff's Office did verify with the Sheriff's Office. They also recommend approving this renewal.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-114. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-115, and the matter of approving amendment number 2 to the services agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Zigzag Lawn Care for facilities turf mowing services.
Salute.
I was going to make a sarcastic comment, but I'll second it first. I can imagine the yards
That's-
being mowed in an irregular fashion with that.
Oh, you know,
name.
they like those fancy zigzags through
I know,
the
but-
patterns. This would actually be our first renewal of their contract for lawn mowing for all the EMS stations. It's a second amendment because we also amended, so they also take care of the downtown buildings as well. So recommend approval.
We'll have to check that out. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-115. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-116, in the matter of awarding a bid and approving a contract with ATC Group LLC for testing and inspection services for the Delaware County Bixby Campus project.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
As mentioned, this is for our special inspections and testings for the construction out there at the Bixby project. We actually bid this out last year when we had bidded out the project. We kind of held the bids. They were gracious enough to extend the bid at the same prices as we had last year, so recommending and approving.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-116. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-117, and the matter of approving a services agreement with Delhi Landscape Incorporated for landscape services at the historical courthouse.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
This is for doing some additional landscaping around the mechanical fencing, around the chiller and generator stuff here on the west end of the courthouse. They'll be building a little bit of retaining wall on the west, the south side and the west side of that fencing area to help bring it up, help improve the aesthetics of that fence.
You're smiling and I'm smiling, so we'll leave it at that.
Yep.
Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-117. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Resolution number 22-118, and the matter of appointing and reappointing members to the Concord Scioto Community Authority Board of Trustees.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning. Julie Datko, Communications Coordinator, Board of Commissioners. We have before you a resolution to reappoint David Barinholtz to the Concord Scioto Community Authority and for new member Mike Fromer to be appointed. We recommend your approval.
Okay, thank you. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-118. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Resolution number 22-119, and the matter of approving a professional services agreement with DLZ Ohio Incorporated for on-call construction inspection services.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Morning, Commissioners. Tiffany Mag, Director of Environmental Services. So we just did an RFQ to recommend some new consultants to go ahead and do our on-call inspection services. This is for our development-related projects. This is the stuff where the inspection fees are paid by the developers, and then we hire these consultants to go ahead and do the inspection services. So we've recommended both DLZ, and the next resolution is for Prime. Those are the two that were the best consultants that were awarded during the RFQ process.
Okay, questions? Vote.
Vote on motion 22-119. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-120, in the matter of approving a professional services agreement with Prime Construction Management and Security, and Survey for on-call construction inspection services.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
So this was during the same RFQ process. Prime was also one of the best consultants that was awarded during the RFQ process.
Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 22-120. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-121, in the matter of approving a services agreement with Limbaugh Company LLC for HVAC repair services.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
So this is a contract with Limbach for us to get state bid pricing on any HVAC or backflow devices that are found to need repairs. We use this at all of our treatment plants. This is a $50,000 contract that's good for a period of 3 years.
Okay. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-121. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
We now have our sanitary monthly update from Mrs. Mack.
Great, thank you. Okay, so we've had several projects that were accepted this month, the month of February, by the county administrator. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of walk through some of those projects. They're similar to what we've seen over the past several months. We're getting through some of the plan approval and agreement stages and into the acceptance stage. So you'll see more of the blue dots on this month. So the first area over to the west is the Clarkshaw area. There is the Clarkshaw Moore Section 6. We had a plan approval on that project. That's a Rockford Homes development. And then also Clarkshaw Moore Section 5 is the blue dot, number 2. That's also another Rockford development. So they're getting through both Sections 5 and then starting Section 6 over there in that Clarkshaw area. And then we also have the blue dot number 3, the Hyatt's Crossing Phase 2. This is the last phase of the Pulte development. It's located near Sawmill and Hyatt's Road. And that will kind of close out that development for Pulte. And then we also have Carriage Farms over there in that west side is the yellow number 1. This is located near Liberty Road and Carriage Road. And this is a development that's just getting started, so that's a subdividers agreement for that project. And then, if I can scroll up a little bit, we have, well, I'll start actually down here, the Turkey Hill, blue number 5. The sewers are accepted for that project, and they're ready to move forward. And then up near 71 and 3637, North Lake Preserve, we've seen this project over the past several months. They're progressing with getting their sewers accepted for Sections 5 and Section 6. So I think that's an MI development up there. So any questions on any of those?
No questions for me?
Questions? Okay, no questions. Thank you very much,
Great,
Tiffany.
thanks.
Very helpful.
Resolution number 22-122, in the matter of approving the Emergency Rental Assistance Program sub-recipient agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, Delaware, Ohio, and the United Way of Delaware County.
So moved.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. This resolution is an agreement between the county and United Way to administer the Emergency Rental Assistance Program 2. This is very similar to 1. There's about $4.7 million available for rental and utilities assistance for low to moderate income members of our community. So happy to answer any questions.
Okay, yes, they've done a great job administering the first round, and I'm certain that they will do so with the second round. Thank
Yes,
you.
they expended almost all of the funds for the first one, which was about 5.2, and we're expecting to have these funds expended in October.
That's right. Boy, thousands of people have been helped with this and don't have to leave their homes.
Right, that's
It's,
correct.
yeah, extremely important. Any questions or comments? Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 22-122. Mrs. Lewis.
Aye.
Mr. Benton.
Aye.
Mr. Merrill.
Aye.
Thank you.
That brings us to administrative reports.
Thank you, Zach.
Good morning. Just wanted to thank the Board of Elections for inviting me to their board meeting earlier this week. It was very interesting to attend. Obviously, they're still working through some challenges related to upcoming primary elections and timing. And then also, I had the opportunity to attend the Health District Senior Staff Meeting. So just want to thank both groups for inviting me to participate and learn a little bit about what they do. That's all I have. Thanks.
I have
Dawn?
nothing today, thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Benton.
Yeah, I've got a few things. We had our land bank meeting last Thursday afternoon, and two major accomplishments there. One is to get the Sanitary property into the forfeited properties auction process that the auditor will do, and that date and time is set for March 15th at 10 a.m. And that will be held as a kind of a traditional auction in the lobby at the Hayes building. And so anyway, that really provides a good avenue for Sanitary to be put back into the private sector and repurposed and become a productive property again. The second major thing was the Demolition Grants. We started that process a while ago, and we're moving through it. Those demolition grant applications are due by February 28th for the first round with 100% funding. It looks like we'll have 5 to submit. Dave Eflin is taking the lead on that. The city of Delaware has really been very helpful, and hopefully we'll address 5 properties through this demolition grant program, which will really help the community. We have a Subco board meeting tomorrow, a legislative update tomorrow. WorkC is doing an intel briefing at noon today to kind of just update everyone, the region, really, region's community leaders on the intel project. Central Ohio Center, we had our board meeting last Thursday, and Commissioner Merrill was officially added to the board there. I want to welcome him and thank him for joining that group. The COIC is in really good shape, and Commissioner Merrill will be a nice addition. And then we had State of the City, and again, Tom Holman and Trevor River did a really nice job. A lot of good things going on in Delaware City. That was last Thursday as well. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Just one question. You mentioned March 15th, and that was what time again? You're talking about the land bank on that one?
Yes, it's actually a forfeited property auction held by the county auditor. George Kite's is leading that effort. It's at 10 o'clock in the morning in the Hayes building. And he has actually 3 properties. Sunny is the main one, but he's got a lot over on Columbus Avenue and then a lot on London Road that also went through the forfeited property process and are now being auctioned as well. But hopefully we'll get multiple bids on Sunny and someone will step forward and take on that project. It'll be a really nice renovation project, hopefully.
Okay, great. Thank you for your work on that. Commissioner Merrill.
Yeah, a couple things. He mentioned COIC, and I was elected unanimously, I believe. But Mr. Benton left here 5 minutes at least before I left. And I got over there at least 5 minutes before he got there. So I don't know whether I'm a fast driver or he's a slow driver. And I don't know when I passed him. I'll look forward to serving on that. It's a bunch of good people, and I look forward to adding whatever value I can add. Just to reemphasize what Commissioner Benton said, the land bank and all the projects are going on. The Treasurer's Office and Dave Eflin of the city did yeoman's work getting us that material ready for so we can move forward. And just thank you to both parties. And mention Intel. The Morpsey meeting today, I will be there in person. I think Mr. Benton maybe is going to attend through the internet, and it's a 2.5-hour meeting, so there's going to be a lot, I guess, learn in 2.5 hours. So that'll be 12 to 2:30 today, and I have nothing else.
Okay. I attended Bridges Community Action meeting last night and virtually, and it was mentioned that in January, Bridges, which comprises 6 counties, including Delaware County, we're the biggest county. $927,000 was given out in monies through Bridges to help people stay in their homes and help with heating and utilities. And January is the second month, or was the second month in a row, where over $900,000 was given to this 6-county area. And next month is also expected to run over $900,000. And we all did attend the State of the City, and it was very informative. And Mayor Regal and City Manager Tom Holman did do a great job in presenting that. And I believe we have need for executive.
We do. Resolution number 22-123, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of employment of a public employee or public official.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-123. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
We are now recessed